Good day, folks! Are you ready to discover the hidden gems of Meridian, Idaho? Strap in, because we're about to embark on a wild ride. Nestled in the heart of the Gem State, Meridian is a city that's bursting with charm, from its bustling downtown to its serene parks. And yes, while Idaho is famous for its potatoes, Meridian proves that it's more than just spuds. So without further ado, let's count down the top 10 things to do in this city that's more than just spuds. Kicking off our countdown at number 10, we have the Meridian History Center. Hold on, I know what you're thinking. History? Seriously? But trust me, this isn't your average snooze fest. Now let's immerse ourselves into the rich tapestry that is Meridian's past. From its humble beginnings as a railroad town to its growth into the bustling city we know today, the Meridian History Center brings these stories to life with their interactive exhibits. You'll discover unexpected fun facts that will make you go, wait, really? For instance, did you know that the first potato ever grown on Mars was from Meridian? Just kidding. But wouldn't that be something? It's like stepping into a time machine, minus the risk of accidentally altering the course of history. So, if you're a history buff or just someone who appreciates a good story, the Meridian History Center is your ticket to the past. Moving on to number 9, we have the World Center for Birds of Prey, and no, it's not a meeting place for grumpy old men. This place is a feathered paradise, home to a kaleidoscope of bird species, from the powerful peregrine falcons to the majestic bald eagles. It's a hub of conservation efforts dedicated to preserving and protecting these magnificent creatures. Here you can learn about the different species, their habitats, and the challenges they face. But it's not all academia, folks. You'll also have the chance to see these winged wonders up close and personal. And let's not forget the humor, because in the bird world it's always a hoot. You might hear a parrot cracking a joke or two, or maybe you'll catch an owl who's a real night owl, always up for a midnight hootenanny. So, if you've ever wanted to feel like a Disney princess surrounded by birds, this is your chance. Just remember, they don't do house chores. At number 8, we're taking a ride into the sunset with the Boise River Greenbelt. And no, you don't need to be a cowboy to enjoy it. Picture this, you're on a bike, the wind is in your hair, you're cruising down a trail that's lined with trees, their leaves rustling softly. The river is flowing gently beside you, and if you're lucky, you might spot a deer or two grazing in the distance. It's like something straight out of a movie, isn't it? Now, if you're thinking, but I haven't ridden a bike since I was a kid, don't worry. The trails are as forgiving as your grandmother's homemade apple pie. And hey, who knows? You might even find a new passion for fitness, or not. Either way, the scenery is worth it. So if you're looking to burn off those extra vacation calories or just enjoy the great outdoors, saddle up for the Boise River Greenbelt. Coming in at number 7, who says you need an ocean to have a beach day? Welcome to Roaring Springs Water Park. Now this isn't your average kiddie pool. We're talking adrenaline-pumping water slides that'll have you squealing like a kid on Christmas morning. Folks, it's a wild, wet ride that's not for the faint of heart. But hey, if you're all about that laid-back life, the wave pool's got your name written all over it. Imagine yourself floating in the gentle, undulating waves, soaking up the Idaho sun. It's relaxation on a whole new level. And don't worry, there's plenty of fun to go around for the little ones too. From kiddie slides to splash pads, it's a water-filled wonderland for all ages. Just a little tip though, remember to double knot that swimsuit. Nothing ruins a day at the park like a swimsuit mishap. So if you're in need of a splash of fun, make a beeline for Roaring Springs Water Park. Just remember to pack your swim trunks. At number 6, it's time to raise a glass to Meridian's own Powderhouse Brewing Company. Let's dive into the frothy world of local craft beers where the atmosphere is as inviting as the unique flavors on tap. Here, the buzz isn't just from the beer, but also the lively chatter and laughter echoing off the rustic walls. Now let's talk about the beer. Oh, the beer. With a selection that'll make even the most seasoned beer connoisseur do a double take, Powderhouse is a haven for hops lovers. From the refreshing bite of their flagship IPA to the velvety smoothness of the stouts, every sip is a story waiting to be savored. And hey, don't worry about remembering the name Powderhouse. With the unforgettable taste of their brews, you'll just end up calling it that amazing place with the incredible beer. And remember, beer bellies aren't a thing here. They're just liquid grain silos for a farmer with a drinking problem. So if you're a beer connoisseur or just someone who enjoys a good brew, don't miss out on Powderhouse Brewing Company. Swinging into number 5, we're teeing off at the Spurwing Country Club, and don't worry, you don't need to be Tiger Woods to have a good time. This place is more than just a golf course, it's a community that invites you to enjoy the lush greenery and well-maintained fairways regardless of your handicap. A friendly staff is always ready to lend a helping hand or a helpful tip. And let's face it, we could all use a little help when it comes to golf. It's the only sport where you can't hear the other guy's insults because you're too busy looking for your ball. And speaking of balls, if you've ever wondered where all the lost golf balls end up, well, they're probably living it up in the lakes at Spurwing. But don't let that deter you. The challenge here is part of the allure. So if you're up for a game of golf or just want to enjoy a beautiful sunset, Spurwing Country Club is your hole-in-one. Digging into number 4, we're feasting our way through the Meridian Farmers Market. And no, it's not just about potatoes. Starting off, let's appreciate the bounty of fresh produce available here. From crisp apples to juicy strawberries, the market is a cornucopia of farm-fresh goodness. It's a colorful spectacle that makes you want to whip up a gourmet meal or maybe even start a salad business. Now let's talk about the local vendors. These folks aren't just selling you their products, they're sharing their passion. And trust me, passion tastes delicious. Whether you're buying homemade cheese, artisan bread, or hand-picked fruits, you're supporting local businesses and getting the best quality in return. And the food, oh the food. It's a smorgasbord of mouth-watering options. From freshly baked pastries that would make a French baker blush, to gourmet potato dishes that redefine the humble spud. You might just find yourself in a food coma, but hey, that's a risk worth taking. So if you're a foodie or just someone who appreciates fresh local produce, the Meridian Farmers Market is a must-visit. Pouring into number 3, we're raising a glass to the Cinder Wines. And yes, they're as enchanting as they sound. This gem in Meridian, Idaho boasts a variety of wines that could make even the pickiest of connoisseurs swoon. From the crisp whites to the bold reds, there's a flavor for every palate. Now let's talk about the vineyard. It's not just rows of vines, it's a picturesque landscape that's as intoxicating as the wines themselves. And the staff, they're as friendly as they come. They'll guide you through your tasting journey with a smile, even if you're the kind of person who refers to all wines as the red one or the white one. And remember, there's no such thing as a wine snob, only a wine enthusiast with a very specific taste. So if you're a wine lover or just someone who enjoys a good view, Cinder Wines is a must-visit. And finally, at number 1, we're reaching new heights at the Initial Point Gallery. And trust me, the view is worth the climb. This scenic spot is not just about the panoramic views that'll take your breath away faster than a roller coaster ride. It's a place where the past and the present meet, where history whispers in the wind. Imagine standing on a spot that surveyors used in the mid-19th century to map out what would become the entire state of Idaho. The feeling, my friends, is something akin to standing on the shoulders of giants. It's a humbling experience, a reminder of how far we've come and how much further we can go. Now, if you're not a fan of heights, I hear you, but think of it this way. The climb might be a tad bit challenging, but overcoming fears is what makes life interesting, right? Besides, the sunset from up there is something that words can't do justice to. It's like watching Mother Nature paint the sky with her favorite palette, and trust me, she's quite the artist. And hey, for those of you who've always dreamed of touching the sky, here's your chance. No need for magic beans or enormous beanstalks. All you need is a bit of determination and a good pair of hiking boots. So, if you're an adventurer or just someone who appreciates a good view, Initial Point Gallery offers the best seat in the house. And there you have it, folks, the top 10 things to do in Meridian, Idaho. From memory lanes to wild walks, saddling up to beach life, cheers and swings, the taste and toast of Meridian, and our grand finale, this place is more than just a dot on the map. It's an adventure waiting to happen. It's like finding a hidden treasure chest, but instead of gold, it's filled with potatoes. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed our tour of Meridian, and hit that subscribe button for more exciting travel videos. Safe travels, everyone!